Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr in the next round on a spaceship on the Martyr, and this mission is called the Alpha Pariah or Paria, and we are entering the stasis chamber. Let's get through the mission briefing. I am getting very close to the secret of Uther Tiberius. He wanted to create the most powerful psychic null or black soul who has ever existed. And he succeeded, but the powers of the creature made even him recoil in horror. He decided to lock the Alpha Paria away in a special stasis chamber. I must enter the prison and solve the mystery.
Together again, at last. Are you ready?
The secret of the Martyr is within arm's reach. Just imagine the possibilities if the Alpha Pariah is still there in stasis.
Now you are talking, like the Inquisitor I used to know.
Let's go to the stasis chamber.
Ready to fight.
Alright, on we go. I think it is...
You found reinforcements against the word bearers.
These men are the members of my expedition. I thought they were killed. I was wrong.
What I wanted to say, it is great to finally do something together with the other Inquisitor, so we are not completely alone. I think that is pretty damn dope, and for change, something completely new. Although I'm a little bit surprised if we see what kind of enemies we are facing right now. They are all, of course, champions. I guess that is just alright because we are having the Inquisitor there with us, so we are doing quite the damage. I suppose that all of them enemies are going to be champions. That looks so nice. Okay, that looks nice. That they... Neocore Games, I mean, of course, with they did very fine. I think that they included stuff like the skulls, so the rooms are not. They look now like they have actually been used and not as static as before. That is pretty cool, I think. Let's finish this guy off. Luckily, all them Space Marines are going down quite quickly with the help of our little troop here. So let's bring him down with the melter gun. Nice, gone he is, so only 2 remain. And a gunner as well, nice. Of course, we are going to take the stun mine with us in order to sell and or salvage it. That is the whole
What do you
thought.
think about this Alpha Pariah? What could it be?
Uther Tiberius wanted to create an army of former demon hosts, resistant to the powers of the war. At some point, he must have realized that it was not working.
Or he realized that an army needs a commander.
I don't know if the Alpha Pariah was someone he found during his journey, or if he obtained her through some darker means, but eventually he had her in his grasp.
And now his legacy will be ours.
Okay, I just looked. I like these statues here. They look pretty cool. That's all I think there. We are going straight and let's see whether we can find her.
Behold the words of the prophecy! In the darkest reaches of the void, on the cursed monastery hidden among the living storms, there is the anathema that shall be destroyed. I will make the revelation come true.
Not while I breathe, creature.
Death to the servants of the corpse emperor.
Alright, so there is a new enemy we haven't faced. No, it's just a Decimator. I thought, come on, what's that for a machine? I don't know. I want to take down the Rocket Tarantula because she is doing quite the damage, to be honest. Now let's focus down the champions. And in the end I'm going then after the Decimator. But I'm going to do the smart thing, going to give us a little bonus DPS buff there. Okay, we lost our Imperial Guardsmen or PDFs, that's too bad. So let's take down the Sorcerer at first.
Burn! May you rot for an eternity, treacherous vile abomination.
And then I'll take these guys away, so that we in the end are only facing the Decimator. That is the plan I'm having here. But what I see is it looks like they are being teleported in again. So I'm going to face I'm going to actually a little bit focus fire now on the Decimator. Oh, I couldn't shoot there. I thought for a second I was overheated. The bad thing here is that we have to do something against the World Bearers, but we can't. I guess I have to retreat for a couple of seconds to regenerate. It's not good when our suppression rating is completely down. The good part is, of course, that we already have did a little bit of damage to the Decimator, but it is quite hard to fight him when the enemies are actually respawning all the bloody time. Like this one again spawned. So I'm going to take down the shield generator though. That may have been one problem when I faced him the first time. So do you see something? He's completely he's not completely regenerating, but he was regenerating a tiny little bit. That wasn't very good for us. So that was actually a little bit more trouble than I expected. But we fought through, and that is so nice. Come to think about, I probably just should have killed the teleporter beacon. So that again was a little bit stupid of me. No reinforcements anymore. Okay, gone all these guys out. This is really good for us, and now we should be actually theoretically at the end.
Are you ready to open the gate?
Wait, I see human remains. One of Uther's acolytes by the looks of it. Let's take a look.
Call to arms. Brothers and sisters from the inner circle, the time has come to accept the vile treachery, and a woeful uprising brought our glorious cause to an abrupt end. The rot set in a long time ago, but we were blind to see it, and now we are playing dearly with our hubris. We have been struck down by small-minded fools who still refuse to understand that if we wanted to save the Imperium from the engulfing darkness, we should abandon the trodden pathways. This is what our visionary leader, Uther Tiberius, taught us. And now he's lying gravely wounded, struck down by his former acolytes, all cowards and hypocrites. We must leave the Martyr, the inner circle, decide to trust a group of volunteers with the task of taking Uther Tiberius to a place where we can build another safe haven, at least until he fully recuperates from his grievous injuries. Our loyal friend Captain Gregor Van Winter abandoned, isn't our captain called like Van Winter? I don't know. Abandoned his post on the bridge of the Martyr and will take us to safety. with one of the ships. Brothers and sisters, fight for the Martyr. Fight until your last drop of blood. Protect the Martyr until we return, because we will return triumphantly. The Emperor protects.
Anything useful?
That is an understatement. Now we know that Uther Tiberius was gravely wounded during the rebellion in the monastery. His trusted men decided to take him off the Martyr, with a certain Captain Van Winter at the helm of the rescue ship. He had secured the secret weapon before he fell, though.
Alright, we have a new clue. Let's take a quick, swift look here. Summary. Uther Tiberius was a visionary, a scholar, and an extremely radical inquisitor who carried out extraordinary and troubling experiments to fight the corruption of chaos in the times following the Age of Apostasy, according to the clues I found. After decades of questionable research, he eventually went too far and reached the point where even his most loyal followers turned against him, and a rebellion broke out on the Martyr. Battles between loyalists and deserters led to destruction of the ship, and Uther Tiberius was gravely wounded. The last members of the inner circle took him away on the ship piloted by the captain on the Martyr, Gregor Van Winter. Alright. And now we finally enter.
What is this?
Remarkable. It looks like a barrier of pure psychic energy. A tapestry of madness-made substance. Another example of Uther's arcane designs, I suppose. Are you ready to enter?
I have died for this secret once. I must be the one who walks through that barrier. By the grace of the Emperor, I cannot enter.
Did you see anything?
She is there. The Alpha Pariah is inside, so close and yet unreachable.
There must be a way.
No, you were right. This barrier was designed by Uther himself, and he made sure that nobody can enter without his authorization. The barrier can only be disabled with his inquisitorial rosette.
But a rosette is the personal symbol of our authority. Each rosette is unique, and Uther has been dead for centuries. It is impossible. You are telling me that it was all in vain? We have failed.
No. Uther Tiberius was taken from the Martyr to an unknown destination, and I will find where that place is. I am an Inquisitor. Nothing can remain hidden from me. I will uncover that rosette, even if I have to burn down the whole sector.
Alright, we have a new clue. Let's take a swift look at it. Alright, we already know that we didn't have. Uther Tiberius was so obsessed with the idea of fighting the powers of chaos that his methods would have made him even the most radical of inquisitors turn away in horror. He spent decades torturing hundreds in his floating fortress monastery, all to create an army of ex-demon hosts resistant to the powers of the warp. He wanted to send a crusade into the warp for the Imperium. However, he must have realized at some point that this army needed something extra, a leader or champion, and this is how he abandoned his project and turned to the Alpha Pariah. I don't know if the Alpha Pariah was somebody he found during his pilgrimage or created by accident during his research, or who he obtained through other darker methods, but eventually he had her in her grasp, an untouchable with the power to destroy demons instead of banishing them. But when his own followers realized that what he had done, they turned against him. Uther Tiberius wanted to destroy the gods of chaos so much that he decided to create a god on his own. I wouldn't call it god, but anyhow.
What is our next step?
We are treading on dangerous ground. Uther Tiberius was so obsessed with fighting the powers of chaos that he ventured too far. Even his most trusted followers turned against him when they realized what he was planning to do.
Who cares about ignorant fools?
You must surely be aware what the Alpha Pariah could become. Uther Tiberius wanted to destroy the gods of chaos so desperately that he decided to create a god of his own.
Yes, I understand. And this is why we must continue his work. For the Emperor.
Oh. 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 You are right, we must use her powers to fight the tides of chaos. The fate of the Imperium justifies the means. The very existence of the Alpha Pariah burdens on heresy. The doctrines must be upheld at all costs. Do you know something? I actually know that the Imperium is using pariahs or null in their army, the Null Maiden, who are fighting besides the Custodes actually, are on, I think, I go the radical decision.
You are right. We must use her powers to fight the tides of chaos. The fate of Imperium justifies the means.
You are a dedicated warrior to the cause, and I salute you.
I'm also risking excommunication and death. But first, I have to find the Rosette, and I need your help to secure this chamber while I'm gone.
I will remain on the Martyr to protect Uther's secret with my life. But are you aware of the potential consequences?
Yes, I am. But I think it was the right decision. Let's see whether that is going to change anything in the game. That, of course, I do not know. I am not sure whether we did the right decision, but we fully did the right one. Although I am not certain what kind of consequences that has in the end game. New rank reached. Okay. Cool. So she's called One Winter as well. So she's a daughter, I guess. Alright, we have a new skill tree. The secret weapon. Uther Tiberius was so obsessed with the idea of fighting the powers of chaos that his methods would have made even the most radical of Inquisitors turn away in horror. He spent decades torturing hundreds in his floating fortress Mercy, all to create an army of X that we already had, didn't? Of Demonhouse, resistance to the powers of warp. I think we already had that. He wanted to send a crusader into the warp, a crusade into a warp for the Imperium. However, he must have realized at some point that this army needed something extra, a leader or champion, and this is how he abandoned his project and turned to the Alpha Pariah. I don't know if the Alpha Pariah is somebody he found during his... Alright, that actually we all had. I'm not going. Rebellion. Uther Tiberius was a visionary, a scholar, and an extremely radical inquisitor who carried out extraordinary and troubling experiments to fight the corruption of chaos in the time following the Age of Apostasy. That we already had as well. While I'm trying to find Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim on the Martyr, I've also managed to expose his dark secret that we didn't have, which turned out to be a shocking revelation for me. A long time ago, I used to be Klosterheim's mentor, a highly ranked Inquisitor in pursuit of research of Uther Tiberius in order to protect what I had undiscovered previously. I entrusted Klosterheim with the task to find the Martyr and underwent a mind wipe operation to destroy all evidence of my work. Now that my path led me back to the Martyr, we fought side by side again in search for Uther's secret, but eventually I was forced to make a decision about Klosterheim's fate. Alright, now we are rank 16, so that was quite a bit of...
Are you serious? You want me to believe you didn't know that the founder of your rogue trader house was the captain of the Martyrs centuries ago?
I swear by the light of the God Emperor Inquisitor that I am just as shocked by this revelation as you are.
I need a better explanation, Captain.
Inquisitor, our house has followed strict traditions for long centuries. One of those traditions concerns our sacred history. Our ancestral secrets were kept in a treasured logbook, only accessible by the Van Winter sitting on the throne of the house.
And who would that be?
Nobody. Almost my entire clan has been purged on account of their heretical acts. I was found worthy of redemption, and I'm assisting the work of the Inquisition as a simple captain.
Do you think your logbook could help me?
Yes, it has been in our possession since Gregor van Winter, the man whose trail you seek, received the warrant of trade. It must contain all his accounts too.
What happened to that logbook?
It was hidden on our flagship, the Astute Cavalier, but it disappeared when my father was executed. The logbook must still be in the hold, in a secret compartment.
So, I only have to find a fugitive ship in this sector. Sounds easy.
My family had a hideout in this subsector on a void station. Those who survived the purge probably ended up there.
And strangely, it didn't occur to you to share this information with the Inquisition. No. Don't answer that. Take me to the void station.
Alright, there we know where we could go on in the next episode, but first of all we are going to end the Viper's Nest investigation. Lastly, let's take a quick look at our equipment. 31 is of course absolutely crazy. Which one was the lowest one? 27. Switching around here, a tiny little update there. 90. Okay, that's not bad. I stick with the less cannon, or not pistol, but with the less. Alright, that's it guys, and that brings us to the end of this episode. This was a little longer episode, sorry. But now we are at an end for now. I really thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, then please guys give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty, bye.